As our intimate circle of friends know, we might have we may have a TikTok that's on its way to the big time. Maybe. We're right in there about
Tenth of the way.
Huh?
We're a tenth of the way.
Yeah, we're a tenth of the way. What does is that what it has to be viral?
A million is what's considered viral.
A million what?
Views.
Like on video?
Like a million views on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Is considered viral.
Okay. So we're a tenth of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the early celebration, though. I love the optimism.
Have we ever had one go that big?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So that's why I'm a little jacked. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm with you.
All right. So with that being said,
Can I be the wet blanket on the parade?
you always are.
No, I don't want to. I want to stay positive, Smoke. Go
You
ahead.
always are.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say is trolls. Let's talk about trolls.
Great movie.
And not the ones that live under the bridge.
Are these the ones
Go
that
gruff away.
these the ones that live in the closet?
Well, I don't know exactly where they live.
They live in mom's basement?
Peanut butter forts in the basement, stuff like that. Yeah, apartments.
Real
Nothing
tough
wrong with
guys.
living in apartments. What?
Real tough guys.
Well, I think what Big Fella's alluding to is
Keyboard warriors, some would say.
I know a few good keyboard warriors if we want to turn them loose on these guys.
Oh God, I do too.
Yeah,
really.
we all do. Is Tyler Sibro? Are you on
He's
TikTok, pal?
what? Adam Wright? Are they buddies of ours?
Are they on?
But I mean, those two could probably if it came to it, like if we had to get away from the keyboard, that they'd probably be able to hang with.
Yeah, they'd be able to hang with the best of them.
But no, so I guess what my thing was so automatically, we had our way in. All right, the TikTok that I'm talking about is the sleep apnea TikTok that everybody knows.
Yeah.
You guys know, but the wanderers may not know because they may not have TikTok.
Yeah.
So we were talking with Curdy G, the show about we got onto the old CPAP talk, and I was telling the story about how I first got mine and when I was doing my sleep study, and then Casey chimed in with something, and then Dave. It was pretty funny deal, really. Well, then the comment threads just started going nutty. And I think, which I don't know how many comments we're up to now, like almost 200 comments, but it's most of them are not very positive.
I mean, you say most of them. I don't think it's as bad as what you think it is. I think if you look at some of them, it's from the same asshole responding back to a comment. But there's some people that are saying like, hey, you can be $1.15 soaking wet. Still have sleep
the
apnea.
one guy said that the worst case. The doctor said that the worst case of sleep apnea.
The doctor, we don't know.
Well, no. His sleep doctor.
Oh, okay.
Said that the worst case he had ever seen was in a 7-year-old boy.
Well, because what you see a lot of times in those kids, is
adenoids and all that shit.
all that stuff.
My kids, we had to do the same deal there, but. I think the one that got me was the CPAP enables me to eat another casserole. I think that was one of them. Or maybe if you weren't so fat that your body wouldn't crush your organs, which that would allow you to breathe better. Or
what do they have in common? All the way to the subcompact vehicle.
Yeah, and all the way to the subcompact vehicle. And the funny thing is we were talking about this in our, ironically, our wellness check that we do every month through my employer, where we go up and we get our blood pressure taken and we get we weigh in every month, and there's like an incentive there. So if we lose or maintain, we check that box. If your blood pressure is within this range, check that box. And then at the end of the year, if you make it 12 months or 10 or 11 months out of the year, that you get a kickback on your health reimbursement plan. And we were talking about it, and the clinical educator was in there, and she's like, "Oh man, that's a pretty funny TikTok. Is there a lot of comments on there?" And then everybody in the room just starts laughing like, "Oh yeah, tell him, Mace, tell him about the comments." And I was like, and she goes, "Oh no, are there a bunch of really bad ones?" And I said, "Yeah, there's not a lot of really positive ones." And then she says, "I don't understand how you guys can do that, because I don't think I could handle it. I think that that would really bother me if I was getting slaughtered on the internet
because some asshole that doesn't know the difference between there and there, or lose and loose.
Yes,
I
love it. And here's the thing, real quick. Let me finish this thought. From the day we started this thing, do you remember when this guy was like, "Hey, I'm just waiting for the first MFer to say something negative"?
Yeah,
and we still haven't. We still haven't got one. Now we will. When this airs, and I love it.
No, but they're not knocking the content.
No, they're just calling us fat.
Yeah. Well, hey, asshole. Hey, newsflash.
You go.
I didn't know. I thought the 3 in front of the XL was just for design. No, so here's my take.
They're not going to get any cherries off us.
No,
I'll tell you that.
Well, and here's the thing, like, we talked about it, and we've said, like, if your only complaints were fat, keep moving.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
You know
from
how
us?
the TikToks are like, hey, if you're not this, keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
You're on Fat Guy Talk. Keep on rolling,
Hey,
baby.
the one comment that I did love was the guy goes, "How did I get on the CPAP TikTok?" It's like, I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah, it's
I seem to delve into golf, baseball, cancer. And then, I don't know. It's tough.
Hey, you guys ever wind up on Cancer Talk?
Oh,
and I'm
it's
like,
brutal.
What? And
Yes.
he goes, oh, yeah, dude. Like, for some reason, I wound up on Cancer Talk.
Oh, it's tough.
Do you remember the trend where it was like all the African, like the tribal African women that were dancing topless?
Yeah.
Did that ever happen on yours?
Well, we don't know what you've been looking at.
I
there,
wind
pal.
up on that. I wind up on breastfeeding talk. I wind up on capybara. You remember capybara talk?
No.
Oh, my God. My algorithm is trashed.
Well, yeah,
It's
because you
wild.
look up trash. But
Not true.
The thing of it is you have complete strangers who, from behind a keyboard, feel like they can say whatever they want.
Which they can.
Which, if
like,
you-
literally they can.
But in my former line of work, I've had those people look at me like straight in the face and say those things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, you're a fucking idiot. Or, hey, really, way to go on that one. Hey, you couldn't get something better. Or, hey, you're a monster. You made that like, you're an asshole. You just, like, okay. Like, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I think of your opinion? I don't.
I don't.
Like, it's the old expression. Opinions are like assholes.
Everybody's got one. And they all
most of them
stink.
Well, probably, yeah. Majority of them. There are, in my life, there are a select handful of people that I honestly care what their opinion is.
That's what.
And if your circle is that large where you care what somebody thinks about you, you have to reevaluate because it's not worth it.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
not really a circle.
And you see it all the time. You see it all the time. You can see the headline now. 28-year-old social media influencer dies.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it's no mystery. It's probably suicide. Well, it's undisclosed what's happened. 2 weeks later, it'll pop back up.
Yeah.
Toxicology reports came back and handful of pills and alcohol. Well, because these people that live in this world,
It's wild, man.
these people that live in this world and that's all they care about is, and this is for those younger kids that shouldn't be listening, that are listening. We tell you that this is, and we bleep that stuff out. Dave will get those, which, by the way, your mastery of work in the time zone one was great.
Yeah.
You did an excellent job.
Appreciate that.
Curdy G probably was sweating that a little bit. But like the thing of it is if you're living, and this may be a get off my lawn rant, but if you're a young kid or younger kid, or you're in that impressionable age where you think so much that you care about the likes and all this other stuff and the comments that they mean it, that's a complete stranger that doesn't know a single thing about you.
Yeah.
He could have a thyroid issue. You could be an emotional eater that this is how you deal with it.
Which, by the way, we had a mindful morning meeting this weekend, along in that same vein as the health and wellness check, but from our clinical educator, and that was what it was about: was eating and eating disorders and overeating and emotional eating and smuggling the jar of peanut butter back to the closet when you were feeling blue, and shit like that. And that's a real deal, dude. Like, you laugh and smirk, son of a bitch. I never did that because I'm not a big peanut butter guy.
I am.
Yeah. So I just, for those that live out there in the social media world, don't fall for it. I mean, we chase the likes and clicks because we want it to grow.
Yeah.
The comments, you could pump our tires and tell us we're the greatest, and we'll be like, why would you say that? Because we know we're not. We're just that way.
Hey,
but
tell them the philosophy on how press works. Tell them. about press.
All press is good press.
Oh, yeah,
There is
yeah,
no
yeah,
such
yeah.
thing as bad press.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Bad press.
Well,
is
hey,
good press.
and some of those people in those comments that seem to be educated and have a good understanding, they like, I lost 100 pounds and it didn't affect anything.
Exactly.
Or I did this or I did that.
Yeah.
And how about the assholes like, oh, you're still a beast, dude, at 220? Like, man, this dude done
Yeah.
shaved off
Well,
100 pounds and you're
Yeah.
We talked about
or
they
you
attacked
get
it.
or you get the guy that says, "Hey, what mask do you wear? Because I can't find one that fits."
Yeah.
And then like, "Hey, I'll tell you what I got. I got a Keef. What is it? A
ResMed.
ResMed AirFit full face. Maverick squadron leader mask. And anything that anybody wants to know, like shit like that. Yeah. Like here's the thing I think I like the most about these trolls.
Well, the one guy that said you're 500 pounds, you're like, no, 420.
Yeah. Actually, 420.
Got you,
I think
asshole.
I
How
love
about
that.
the guy that commented back on that? 69.
But the thing is you like if you click on these guys, right? Like you click on there and it'll take you immediately to their profile.
Nothing going on.
No, their account will be private. So whatever videos that they've stitched or try to muddle through, nobody gives a shit. But then like you look at their follower account, like you said, we're not clicking likes and chasing clicks and all that shit, but we kind of are. But there's like 12 followers,
Yeah.
and like 61 likes. And shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Well, you got
fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
Everything-
keep clicking. Keep scrolling.
everything's
keep
all
rolling.
about perspective, and and again, you shouldn't care about opinion of some random of user 6958329
So
or 854.
that's what my daughter said that to, whenever we were talking about this. And I said something about, my wife had said something about, oh, yeah, Smoke Mama's keeping me informed on what's going down on the old
Hey,
TikTok.
what if your wife is the one that's got a burner account?
That's what
All
she
these
said.
comments.
I looked it up and I said, yeah, most of these tool bags ain't got shit for followers or anything. That she goes, yeah, they're just all burner accounts. And I just thought, Well, then Evelyn, my oldest daughter, said, oh my God, Dad, why don't you just tell them all to screw off, or something that a 10-year-old girl in elementary school would say.
Some kind of cute
Rig off,
response.
Randy.
Yeah, eat poop, you fart nugget, or something along those lines. And I told her, I said, Evelyn, if I got mad every time somebody called me fat, I would never be happy because I've been being called fat since I was I don't know, probably old enough when I learned how to talk and realized what fat meant. Like that. I mean, it's something that I've always dealt with and I always will. And I don't know, man.
We made mention of it real quick. Burner accounts. I think I want to get one because I think I'd love to go wreck some things.
Well, yeah.
I would love to have a burner account to go wreck some things.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
Like that swamp doesn't scare me.
That's why
That swamp doesn't scare me at all.
I'm the king of this swamp.
It makes me want to get on board and just have mental warfare with some keyboard warrior that hadn't done anything in their life.
You know what? And we mentioned a guy earlier that is pretty good at it, but like a lot of things that people say are not factually driven, and there's facts everywhere to find it, and I love it, and I think it's awesome.
That's what's made the world worse to a certain extent.
Yeah.
All these crazies,
Yeah.
you've given them a microphone.
Or one of these things, right?
Yeah,
here.
and you've allowed. I've always said there's 5% on each side of the aisle that are absolutely nuts that get 95% of the coverage, and that's how it happens. So I don't know, but yeah, hey, trolls, keep on coming.
That's right.
Because you know what?
We're ready for you.
All it does is boost our logarithm.
That's right.
That's all it does. So it just boosts us up. So.
ready.